doctor at Jennings COVID-19 ward fell unconscious unexpectedly. However, the doctor resumed duty on a wheelchair. One COVID-19 patient fled from COVID care center RD wing Lumfel. Later, police picked up the patient from Patsoi, Part 3. COVID-19 related death toll in Manipur rises to 9 as COVID-19 positive 76-year-old man with comorbidity died at Jennings this morning. And India reports highest spike of 62,538 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 41,585. Hello and welcome to Impact News. One doctor at Jennings COVID-19 ward fell unconscious unexpectedly. However, patients near him picked up the doctor on a wheelchair. The doctor resumed duty afterwards. A report in this regard.
Patient serious khara yamakpa masing aduga ngansi je akoi patient amasu leite dana koi gi leima khonglom degi aduna mayam dugi hujiki serious oiba leima khongi sina makhada ground floor da ICU de thamba aduga atai floor kudingi mana ayamba leader gi part lawraga koise sapanina hangal handal senthok jensin tawbaga aduga kuina PPE sizinarappaga mase rem kakhatpada masase suddenly sokhaman gidana ma gyandi mangde han sokhaman gidana ma aduda phamdabane haiba gyandi mangde han akoi wari sare adu masai nang duty tawba ngamkidra nang ama replace tawrora aiduna angmadamana atupa ama thajalasu hujik wagani maramdi serious case yawre patient missing yambanina floor kudingi hangalanda salakpaga sabai hangalakpane aduga PPE leptana upakpane adum sigi force tagani adu akoina nang duty tawba ngamgidra pe akoigi atopa doctor thajal o haibada thajal ma gi atopa next numit ini ra keno ma gi tawdo ma adum tawhige haina ma masana hare gi he hobudi volunteer tawli Mane, matamde de mi hafta mamamde tawi ma de hafta ni tawrini.
Oh.
Mane sangi je hujik third time neba.
Okay.
Aidi asugi matik thawai yawno khonabami.
One COVID-19 patient fled from COVID care center RD wing Lumfel around 2:30 a.m. today. Imphal West Police team and RD wing COVID care center doctors in charge pick up the patient from Patsoi Part 3 around 5 a.m. this morning. According to Impact News sources, the patient from Thangmaiban tested positive for COVID-19 on August 1st and was staying at the center since then. One of his roommates informed workers at RD Wing COVID Care Center as he was found missing from his room around 2 a.m. As he was never to be found upon searching the surrounding areas, the authorities informed police. Later, the patient was picked up and brought back to the center. The patient underwent doctor's therapy due to psychology illness few years back. COVID-19 related death toll in Manipur has reached 9. A 76-year-old COVID-19 positive man with comorbidity from Laimakong died at Jennings Hospital this morning. According to Jennings Authority, the man was brought to the hospital today morning in an ambulance of Laimakong Army due to difficulty in breathing and high blood pressure. Jennings doctor even tried CPAP method on the patient immediately after he reached the hospital, but he died after the doctors treated him for 2 hours. The deceased was a diabetic and heart patient. The state government has extended the ongoing complete lockdown and curfew in the state for another 7 days starting today in view of the rise in COVID-19 cases. The entire state was under complete lockdown and curfew from 23rd July till yesterday to contain the spread of the deadly virus. All locality-based retail shops dealing with essential commodities will be opened in all districts from 8 a.m. to 12 noon on all days except Sundays. Many other vehicles, including emergency and essential services, were seen plying on the streets on the first day of the extended lockdown today. Police patrol units are being stationed at strategic locations in the city to keep a strict vigil to prevent any untoward incident. However, no units detained any SOPs or curfew violators. Shops selling essential commodity remained open. Clothing stores and other private outlets remained closed. Medical stores and pharmacies remained open, but people failed to abide by physical and social distancing norms while buying medicines. Local clubs, Mairapai groups are extending cooperation to the authorities in ensuring that people obey the lockdown restrictions. With enforcement of extended ongoing complete lockdown and curfew in the state till 15th of August in view of the rise in COVID-19 cases, fuel pumps in the state remain opened and provided petrol and diesel for frontline workers and those who are in essential services. People stand in long queues in front of pumps to fill the tanks of vehicles. However, many fail to abide by SOPs provided by the government. As the state government has extended the ongoing complete lockdown till 15th of August in view of the rise in COVID-19 cases, all locality-based retail shops dealing with essential commodities are allowed to open in all districts from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. Many come out to procure goods during the relaxation time this morning. A report in this regard. That's what
Manipur COVID-19 Lena Sadashi Makatana Sandropa Tingi Pandam the Manipur Langana, Mashidega Horoga, August 15 for Makatana State Pumida total lockdown Tonkipuina, essential service key Hiram Gams to come talk with the Langana P. Cray. Lana Pidi Contopa Simununda. No matter Sangri other Polam, you remember Dukan Sing, Homoroina, Gosrigi, Dukan Sing, see, Ayupung Nipandagi, Nutili Puntaran to follow Hamway Abasu, Lang, Pidi, Masing Matakta, Hogi, Bazamung the Lady Ba, Hogi Gosrigi items in Juanba, Holson, Dukan Sing, as you show Ayupunta again, Nutili Pung Hum Power, Hamway Pidi. Lang Pidi Bak no matter Masimung da, Hogi, Posse Lehuna with the Muktanga Silk, Torokiba, Miamna, Hogi Kanapat bring the Hogi sickness and the Nangasi, Hogi traffic jam to unkey. The police market is so akan basi kan local polona lakli myam asi verify tawduna posai labor changan ki adu posai labor lakli sing asimunung da khogi thangal bazar amadi khogi dharamsala singbada ko hangliba khogi wholesale dukan sing asida khogi lengana piba social distancing norm asi kharam khaidinga asalaga su ayambana khogi social distancing norm asi thugairi haraga amaga yam naksinana khogi nangro matagum posai leina bagi mami adum sauna takhi Amarom banks sing the Laki Miam so Kogi social distancing no Masingana, Q the Sang line Leptana, Kogi banks sing Sang him a misus on the Taki. Manamudana, COVID-19 Lena Manipur, Housing tea, Kogi, Lena, Silepin, Sandropulina, Mishimana Cams, York, or Regal, Hydro coronavirus cleaners sitting no one over the land of Pacaliba, second rousing a sea, a queen at Tungin Sapagolina, Koi, Sai Chan of Holtaminaduna, and I said a seat, think no one will be time for the Adum lady. Camera person also was Samaluna Ponzuriba, Lal Following Impact News, Imphal.
Teaching and non-teaching staffs of JNV School Bisnupur are distressed after the school authority released an order asking all the staffs of the school to report back to the school. It may be mentioned that quarantine center was opened at the school and the area was also declared as containment zone. Speaking to Impact News, one staff said that according to the guidelines announced by the government, people are not allowed inside quarantine centers and containment zone. The staff also said that the school authority released the order amid the pandemic by violating all the rules and regulations to be followed during the ongoing pandemic. The staff said numerous inmates have been staying in the school and 6 people were newly tested positive for COVID-19. As a part of the preventive measures against COVID-19 situation, Kakching District DC, Valentina Elangbam announced curfew under CRPC Section 144 till August 15 in the district. The order excludes frontline workers and essential services permitted by the Home Department. Tamenglong District Deputy Commissioner Armstrong Pami IAS declared the residents of all those persons tested positive for COVID-19 as containment zone after 5 individuals outside quarantine center test positive for COVID-19. Contact tracing are underway and those who are found in the process are kept at District COVID Care Center. The newly COVID-19 positive individuals are kept at Tamenglong Higher Secondary School for further treatment. All Manipur Road Transport Drivers and Motor Workers Union in a press release said drivers have been facing various inconveniences as trucks plying in National Highway number 2 and 37 are not allowed to enter the godown by the local residents. The press release appealed the government to look into the matters as drivers are not allowed to park their trucks as well as they are even denied in shops due to ongoing COVID-19 situation. Manipur also celebrated 6th National Handloom Day organized by Directorate of Handloom and Textile at Secretariat Conference Hall today amid COVID-19 pandemic. Speaking at the event, Work Minister Thongam Biswajit appealed to public to follow SOPs provided by the government to prevent COVID-19. He said that people should be aware of the benefits provided by handloom to decrease unemployment rate and to increase financial status of the state. 3 weavers and 5 artisans were acknowledged with state award along with 1 lakh rupees each on the occasion. 3 weavers and 15 artisans were given merit award with 50,000 rupees each for the year 2019-20 during the event. 2 persons who got state award in 2018-19 for producing products in commercial scale were also given 4 lakh and 40,000 rupees at the function. Top officials of the department attended the event. Rising Sun Club Thongju Waikhom Khongnang in a press release urged the government to stop issuance of inner line permit to outsiders amid COVID-19 pandemic. Sky Hospital and Research Center assured that the hospital known for treatment of heart-related ailments is giving emergency services around the clock. Sky Hospital Media and Publicity Officer Irom Loyangamba in a press release clarified that Sky Hospital along with RIMS was not included. In a press release clarified that Sky Hospital along RIMS Road was not included in the declaration of containment zone as per an order by Imphal West District Authority on August 2. It also said that the non-COVID heart care hospital continues to provide regular cardiac OPD, open heart surgery, device closure of heart hole, coronary angioplasty, RF ablation for palpitation, pacemaker implant operation amid the COVID-19 pandemic. Inpui Naga Union INU, Inpui Naga Women's Union INWU and All Inpui Students Union AISU in a joint press release strongly condemned the incident where a pregnant woman from Puchi village died after she was denied treatment at various hospitals in Imphal. The press release appealed the government to award befitted punishment to all those involved in the unfortunate incident. All Manipur Students Union AMSU, Women Wing and Thadao Youth Association in separate press releases also condemned the incident. RPI Athwale Women Wing strongly condemned the incident where a pregnant woman from Puchi village died after she was denied treatment at various hospitals in Imphal. Speaking to media, spokesperson of Women Wing, Selina Takhelambam condemned the doctors who are the frontline workers for failing to treat patients who are in critical condition. She appealed the government to conclude the inquiry of the case and to take up legal actions against the doctors and hospitals involved in the case. Secretary of Organization for Indian Women Against Crime, A. Robita Lema, in a press release also strongly condemned alleged negligence of doctors to treat non-COVID patients. India has reported a single-day highest spike of 62,538 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll has reached 41,585. On the positive note, total recoveries from COVID-19 in the country surpassed the 13 lakh mark today. A total of 13,78,105 people have recovered so far. In the past 24 hours, 49,769 recoveries have been reported across the country, and with this, the recovery rate has improved to around 67.98%. As per the Union Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, the country's total confirmed cases have crossed 20 lakh, out of which 6,73,384 are active cases. Meanwhile, the Indian Council of Medical Research said that a record of 6,39,042 tests were conducted by various laboratories yesterday. Globally, coronavirus has impacted above 1 crore 92 lakh people. Above 7,18,440 people have died, and recoveries are above 1 crore 23 lakh. USA is on top with more than 22 lakh 92,000 active cases, followed by Brazil and India. Total active cases of COVID-19 in the northeast states, including Manipur, are currently above 20,000 mark. Assam's total active COVID-19 cases are 15,464. Arunachal Pradesh active cases are 700. Nagaland's active cases are 1,886. Tripura's total active COVID-19 cases are nearing 2,000 mark. There are 251 active cases of COVID-19 in Mizoram, 475 in Sikkim, and 983 in Meghalaya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today said the new education policy is a game changer to empower students. Addressing inaugural NEP conclave, Modi emphasized holistic implementation of NEP. PM Modi added this conclave will give more information on NEP, which will further help in its better implementation. Saying education overhaul was a need of the hour, the Prime Minister said the country's education system must meet global standards. He said students and youth have strived for global citizens but must not forget roots. He stressed on teaching regional languages as it will help young students. He said NEP stresses on teachers' learning and teachers make enlightened students. The Prime Minister welcomed questions and doubt on NEP. He said students will now have the freedom to switch courses, and higher education is now free of specific streams. Saying inquiry, analysis, discussion-based learning will strengthen the education system, Prime Minister highlighted how this NEP was framed after a long thinking. Former Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, Girish Chandra Murmu, will be the new Comptroller and Auditor General of the country. Mr. Murmu will succeed Rajiv Mehrisi, an IS officer of Gujarat cadre. Murmu resigned as Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir on Wednesday. Former Union Minister Manoj Sinha was on Friday sworn in as the new Lieutenant Governor of Jammu and Kashmir, the first political leader to take charge of the Union territory. The 61-year-old, who is known for his connect with people, particularly in rural areas, was administered the oath of office by Jammu and Kashmir Chief Justice Geeta Mittal in Raj Bhavan at the foothills of the Jabawan Range. Sinha succeeds former IS officer Girish Chandra Murmu, who resigned on Wednesday night and was appointed Comptroller and Auditor General on Thursday. Advisors to the previous lieutenant governors, including Farooq Khan and Basir Khan, as well as senior bureaucrats and policemen, were present at the function. Rajya Sabha member Nazir Ahmad Lawe, BJP Lok Sabha member Jugal Kishore Sharma, and Jammu and Kashmir Apni party leaders Ghulam Hassan Mir were also present on the occasion. District Fishery Department Churchandpur, under the sponsorship of National Fisheries Department, brought Hyderabad liberated 90,000 fish fingerlings at Kugadam at 1 p.m. today. The fishes were liberated for the financial year 2016-17 under the scheme Augmentation of Fish Production in Reservoir with Sticking of Fish Fingerlings. Additional Director of Fisheries, Joint Director of Fisheries and other officials from Imphal were present on the occasion. The different fish fingerlings liberated today include common carp, katla, roe, mirgal, measuring 11 to 12 centimeter. Secretary of Kugadam Development Committee, J.K. Viper, extend gratitude as such will be benefited by the people living in the area. Farmers of Karampaleen in Kangpopi district started stare at the rotting yearly produce as market are shut due to ongoing lockdown. Speaking to Impact News, one villager, Jaite Bosco Karam, said Karampaleen village along Imphal-Jiribam road is 35 kilometers away from Imphal, inhabited by around 500 people of Karam community. He lamented over failure of government to look into deplorable road conditions, the village still dead. He highlighted the plights facing the villagers during the ongoing lockdown since March. Jaitri appealed to relevant authorities to look into the matter and also start repairing the deplorable roads at the earliest. He also urged the government to make necessary arrangements to allow selling of produce of the farmers. It may be mentioned that the task force was formed with Horticulture Director as chairman on May 26 to procure agriculture and horticulture products from farmers during the lockdown.
Wegi lambi thong se chat pe adaba masinam ram wer kandami anabe aro agasu matam chana hospital da pukhat pangam daba aduga lambi asi phatam nam ram wer kanda hindang na pi mayam patlaga aduga haira mayam se patlaga mang se mayam adum tatna thengdun talabni kaigumba lambi asi semjen biragadi masigi patpa khotpa mayam asi kharma khaidi Lawmi sing da su masi thengmaroi aduga moi gi damak su phabo oigani aduna concerned minister aduga honorable chief minister Shri N Biren gi pungning chingjan.
Organic vegetables and fruits produced by farmers of Mayang Imphal and its surrounding areas are made available at MoMA Organic Outlet in Sanjentong. Vegetables and fruits are made available to public through MoMA Organic Outlet as farmers are facing inconveniences in selling their produces owing to current complete lockdown and curfew. MoMA is procuring fresh products from farmers under the supervision of state government's horticulture and soil conservation in charge come Chief Minister Nongtomam Biren, considering the plights facing the farmers amid ongoing pandemic. MoMA Project Director K. Devdatta Sharma said Manipur Organic Mission Agency through Fawoibi Farmers Producer Company will procure 5,000 kgs of vegetables from farmers of 3 villages in Bishnupur district for the first phase starting tomorrow. He was speaking to media while visiting the fields at Koizuman today. Speaking further, K. Devdatta Sharma said Fawoibi Farmers Producer Company will obtain the vegetables from Tobul and send it off to other places. He added, MoMA will make available the vegetables from Koijuman at MoMA Organic Outlet Sanjentong from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
Fawoibi Farmers Producer Company haidana Manipur Organic Mission Agency gi makhada form toba Bishnupur district chipuba adumba company siga tayap torga company sina babul gi uthoiba pot sing si loro matungda for onward marketing to other buyers masi distribution si mana masi responsibility lorani loinana wasifai khojuman gi da puthoiba farmer sili naw sing na puthoiba masi da puthoiba mahi merong mana sing sina hayeng sina ahanba ekoina trials ahanba oina lokhatlaga Manipur Organic Mission Agency Sanjentong gi mamangda akoi pung mapan dagina tara adai bawgi manungda aikoi pot oina puthoiba pot sing se loina phanghannaga aikoina masi sem sajare.
The 7-year-old boy who fell in Thobal River this morning at Yaripok Malom Jaliambi area under Yaripok police station was found dead. The incident happened at around 9:10 a.m. today. The deceased is identified as MD Almas, son of MD Ramujuddin from Yaripok Malom Jaliambi. According to police, local residents searched for the deceased boy as soon as he fell in river, but he was found dead in the river bed. He was declared dead when brought to PHC Khoirom. Chanura Lamchinglel Kanglaipak in a press release condemned the incident in which RSS members assaulted a family, including the female members, for acting against the act of bursting firecrackers at the Meitei Sop in Assam. The incident occurred when RSS members were celebrating over inaugural of Ram Mandir. CKL appealed to relevant authorities to take up legal actions against miscreants. Imphal East District Police SP Jogesh Chandra Haubizam, SDPO Lamlai KSS Ravi Kumar, OC Lamlai along with head of Sawombung village held a meeting at Sawombung Kabui Kunjau today to put an end to selling of liquor and other intoxicants in Sawombung under Imphal East District. Head of Sawombung Kabui Kunjau, Sawombung Sairem and Sawombung Durgai Panjang also took part in the meet. The meeting on the same agenda was also held in Kaiku Kabui village and it was attended by Kaiku village chief, members of Thobai and Pradhan. An anti-drug cell team of Jiribam District Police led by ASI Krishna Sharma under the supervision of Additional Superintendent of Police H. Basulal Singh MPS confiscated huge amount of tobacco products from a truck during a frisking operation yesterday. The operation was conducted at Lengampopi near the office of the Drivers Union Jiribam along National Highway 37. The truck bearing registration number AS01 LC2096 came from Silchar, Assam. The tobacco products were found in some large white plastic sacks. Concealed underneath are the boxes of eatable items and soft drinks, and many other boxes of different types of tobacco items were also found from the truck. Community Network for Empowerment Makers Foundation and Users Manipur in a joint press release appealed the government to extend time period for feedback and cessation from people owing to ongoing lockdown regarding Manipur state policy on substance use 2019 recently introduced by Social Welfare Department. The Board of Control for Cricket in India BCCI has suspended the title sponsorship deal with Chinese mobile phone company Vivo for the upcoming edition of the Indian Premier League. The BCCI in a statement said that Vivo will not be associated with the IPL this year. Vivo had won IPL title sponsorship for 5 years from 2018 to 2022 for a reported sum of 2,190 crore rupees. The IPL this year has been shifted to the UAE because of the prevailing COVID-19 situation in India. The tournament will be held from September 19 to November 10 amid COVID-19 protocols laid down by the ICC and BCCI. Before we end, let's take a look at the headlines once again. One doctor at Jennings COVID-19 ward fell unconscious unexpectedly. However, the doctor resumes duty on a wheelchair. One COVID-19 patient fled from COVID care center RD Wing Lumpel. Later, police pick up the patient from Patsoi Park Street. COVID-19 related death toll in Manipur rises to 9 as COVID-19 positive 76-year-old man with comorbidity died at Jennings this morning. And India reports highest spike of 62,538 new COVID-19 cases in the last 24 hours. Death toll reaches 41,585.